All right, so I've been having an issue with my my Variax guitar right out of the gate from when I got it. I've really enjoyed it. Otherwise, it's been a great instrument. You can see my plastic's still on the pick guard because I wasn't sure if I'd have to send it back in. So I've just been trying to take really good care of it. Right now, I am running this for demonstration purposes. I'm running using the little data cable that came with the guitar, the Variax cable. And you can see the 1/4 inch. I'm not using 1/4 inch. When I use a 1/4 inch cable, I don't seem to have any issue. But when I use this data cable, the short crimpy one that comes with, kind of a pain to play with it, but it works. And I don't seem to have any noise issues with this cable. On the back here, you can see I am running XLR out, left and right, and the Variax cable's plugged in, and power. That's really it. And then I have an expression pedal hooked up, Mission expression pedal. Works pretty well. So on the board right now, I have a pretty simple setup. I'm just using an amp, volume pedal, a couple reverbs. Regardless of what patch I use, no matter how simple, even just the volume pedal, for example, no matter how simple it is, no matter how complex, doesn't matter the settings. I get this. I have the issue that I'm going to demonstrate here. But right now, I'm only can play with one hand, so it's not going to sound. I can't make any sweet music here, but I'll just play some open strums. And if I wiggle the cable, really no issue. Once in a while when I'm playing with this cable, I'll get some little pop or glitch, but overall it seems to work okay. Same with this end. Wiggle this one, no problem. It seems okay. So I've tried testing this issue through my studio monitors, through a PA, through a couple different sets of headphones, and I only have issue when I use the official VDI cables. I purchased one for the guitar from Sweetwater and had a noise issue right away, so they sent me another one because it seemed to make sense that it would be the cable that was bad since this data cable is working okay. This particular network cable is fine. So they sent me another one, still had issues. So then I called line 6, and they thought, yeah, it really sounds like the cable. Maybe the two cables of Sweetwater just happen to be a batch that's been sitting around for a while, and there's an issue. And so they sent me a cable, and same issue. I can't play through it without serious noise problems, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. So that's what's been going on. It's all fine except when I use the official cable. So let me demonstrate that quickly. Last thing I'll say is I also tested the board. I want to make sure it wasn't the board. So I used my brother-in-law's Pod HT500X that we got him recently. It only had a couple hours of playtime on it when I tested it, and the same exact issue was happening there. So I've tried to narrow down all the variables. Furthermore, Sweetwater tested my guitar out. I sent it in, cost me about $70 to get it there, and they tested it out for a couple of days, and they could not reproduce the issue that I'm going to show you. It just blew me away because when I get it back, I plug it in, and 5 seconds later I have the issue. So I really I'm struggling to figure this out. We thought, well, maybe it's the power, so I've tried it in different power sources, different buildings, and I still have the issue. So let me just stop this recording, and I'm going to switch my cables out. All right, so I went ahead. You can already hear the issue. I went ahead and plugged in the official VDI cable from line 6 that I was super excited to get because I wouldn't have to dink with that little data cable anymore. So I have it plugged in here, and then I have it plugged into the guitar. So that's the official cable. Like I said, I've tried 2 of them, and actually 3 of them now, one from line 6, and all 3 of them I have issues with, whereas I don't have it with the cheap data cable. And the same when I use the HT500X, that's fairly new. I have the same issue on that one. It doesn't work on the Variax cables, but it does work with the cheap data cable. So I'll show you the noise issue here that I'm having. So we'll turn the volume up. You can already hear it. See, it cuts out. I'll take my foot off the volume so you can see I'm not touching it. So if I move it, see it cut out completely. So you can imagine
imagine if you're playing along, all of a sudden stop, you know, you don't get any sound anymore, or it cuts out for a second and then comes in and it's just like pop, crack. It's very loud, kind of almost scary. So that's the issue. I'm gonna see if I can get it to, there we go, okay. I'm gonna try not to move. If I move this, doesn't seem to do anything. I mean, that seems fine. But if I wiggle the jack in, that's when it cuts out and I get the noise, like a shorting out. So the last thing is, it was asked of me if I have the electronics on when I'm doing this, and right now I do. Just like for everything I've been showing you, I've had the guitar electronics on. So let me shut them off. So there they're off. We'll see if it makes any difference. Hear the cracking. So no difference. Oh, there it came back on. So it still does it whether the electronics are on or not. Anyhow, that's my issue, and I sent it into Sweetwater. They did a couple days of testing, could not seem to reproduce this. For whatever reason, it blows me away, and for me it does happen. So I know they didn't test it through the HD 500 or 500X. They used something else. I don't know if it was the Firehawk or it was some other unit. It wasn't this particular unit, but like I said, I've tried it through a couple different units that I had. But that's my issue. Hopefully we can get this resolved. It's been many, many months of this. I'm getting pretty frustrated. You know, you buy a good quality, you know, good brand, and you expect it to work out of the box, and you get a lemon, it happens, but I'd like to get it fixed.